Hello everybody, welcome back to Robot Tech. My name is Smokinace007 and today, of course, we have Smokinace007 here. Hello, how are you? How are you this evening?
Hello all, I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself, Scouter? How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Feeling way better. We'll talk about that later. If you're new here, well, welcome. This is a podcast we do every month. Where have you been? This is like episode 11 now. Get on it. No.
It's only 11?
I don't know, something like
That's
that.
it?
I know,
Sure?
right? I feel like it's been...
Each one of them seems like 6.
Right. It feels like forever. It feels like almost a year that we started this at this point. Almost. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Crazy.
Don't quote me.
I didn't even realize that, to be honest.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Maybe mid. Anyways, where we talk about games every month. We talk about the games we played last month and maybe gaming. We'll talk about gaming news. It's been kind of a while when we talked about that.
Yeah.
We won't go too much in detail. And we'll talk about we talked about this kind of earlier this year or earlier last year of games that we're looking forward to in 2021 we kind of mentioned them, but I think we could go a little bit of a deep dive into them this year, this podcast. It's early January. And then I thought it'd be fun to maybe predict the game of the year for us as well. Real quick, what games did you play this month, sir?
So I got really back into the Metal Gear Solid series because I'm going to
What?
be...
You like Metal
know.
Gear?
What?
I never knew this. Tell me more.
Because I'm gonna start working on speed running at least one or two of those titles, if not more. I'm interested in that. Which, if you check back with the previous episode of goals for 2021 gaming goals, that is one of my goals on there. Along with that, I played more of Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I had a goal for a number of platinum trophies this year, and I got a platinum trophy in Miles Morales, so I was pretty excited about that.
Nice.
And played some other games in there, but also played a little bit more of Microsoft Flight Simulator
I saw that.
and had a lot more fun with that. It's just such a relaxing game. Like, it can be really stressful trying to fly the 747 when you have no idea what you're doing and there's a million controls. But, just cruising around. Plus, I found some fun Star Wars mods for it. So different Star Wars ships and things like that. And there's some other things I found. The Back to the Future DeLorean, so you can fly that around. But right?
I'm interested.
Right? yeah, indeed. It was very weird to fly, but very fun at the same time. And like I said, as always, just kind of sprinkled some other games in there.
So wait, was that a mod or is that a DLC or?
It's a mod. Yeah,
Oh,
somebody
man.
did a really good mod on it. Like the wheels don't,
It's not
go
gonna be.
from roadworthy to flying or anything like that, but the detail of it is incredible.
Yeah.
Just the amount of time they put into it, it looks really, really cool. And you get to sit in it, and you can see the cockpit view of it and everything if you want. But yeah,
And
I love the modding community.
yeah,
Community.
does it give like a little dial of how fast you're going? And that'd be
Unfortunately,
sick.
I didn't spend enough time with it, but I
Oh.
don't think there was any inside indication at all.
Dang.
And
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure I got
Still,
above 88 miles per hour, but I did not travel into the future. I just kind of crashed into a bridge. So.
Crashed in your own house or something, or your house that you moved out of, or
Yeah.
take
But,
this.
Yeah. But yeah, so those were the main games that I played. How about yourself, Scout?
Oh man, I can't tell you. I'm getting back into right before this podcast. I literally played more of Dicey Dungeons. It's just stupid fun. I highly, if you haven't yet. It's kind of a deck building game, but more of a dice building game, I guess. And it's just stupid affordable, stupid fun. I got it for free, and I just can't stop playing it now. It's my new Roller Coaster Tycoon, I guess. And then golf with my friends with Ashen's Fall, Among Us, according to Steam, by the way. I replayed the Beginner's Guide, which, if you're not familiar, it's a spin-off from the Stanley Parable, kind of. It's the same makers.
Okay.
You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
I was like, ooh, Scouter, new game.
No,
not really.
No. This is, I think, it was a couple years after. It's my friend Can Sandwich, who I've kind of followed. I met them through another community. The Blake Robinson, who I mentioned before, he's a musician for the Stanley Parable, or he made music, and then every Sunday I see him. He plays music, Blake Robinson, and he's on that chat, and he followed me, and I bought him that game, and because I was like, oh, what game that he would like? I'm like, oh, he doesn't have Beginner's Guide? I was like, whoa, okay. So I got him that, and I think he enjoyed that, and I was like, I forgot what my take on it was, so I had to replay it, and I still forgot, I still, don't know what my take was on it, so I feel like it was pointless.
I definitely have a few games like that where do I like that game or don't I?
Well, no, I meant, I feel like the game has a lot of oh man, I guess I could spoil it, but I will recommend play it first. It's referencing somebody he played that he played his games before, the Stanley Parable, and he's like, oh, he should really make games again, and kind of pressuring him and saying oh man, you're doing I think this is a really good idea. You could make and it's a really good take, and I don't know if he's referencing himself or if he's referencing someone else. If he's actually if he actually referenced somebody and that made that's why the Stanley Parable is made. I think originally I thought he was referring to someone else, but play it for yourself and then let me know. I mean, it's a good hour-and-a-half game too. It's not like a Stanley Parable, you have multiple endings or whatever. It's a straight walkthrough simulator. And then Tabs, Total Accurate Battle Simulator, because people donated generously. If you donate, I roleplay or commentate a game. I feel like that one is a perfect game to do it for.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I always okay, I'm the king now. Let's go. Or I'm oh, here goes the blue team. They're doing the advantage. I like doing. It's just a little fun little thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then of course, Cam Sandwich bought me Superliminal, which is stupid fun.
That looks like a lot of fun.
It definitely. I feel like so far I know the puzzles. I just gotta do the puzzles. As weird as that sounds, as you saw me kind of struggle when I was streaming it, but it was good. I definitely will. I'll have to play it again, and yeah. I'm just skimming through these. I need to get back into Planet Coaster because I bought some.
Do you?
Yeah, I bought some DLC.
And on this podcast, an intervention for Scouter.
Basically. And then Celeste, I played Mora. I think Celeste is.
I need to play that one.
I think Celeste is good. It's frustrating, and I will not recommend it. No, it's hard. It's definitely, you need to be in a calm, cool, not having a bad day, because you will flip your computer over. I think it's really hard, but it's really good. But yeah, sorry. And CS:GO with Smokinace. I forgot about that.
What?
I played with you.
That.
Yeah.
No.
It's weird.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Lies.
And we
Slander.
ate this thing. Wait, hold on. We ate this. Remember? We did this thing. No, it's on YouTube. It's on the internet now. Scouter007
Check out that guy's channel.
Yeah.
On my screen, you're over there.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, I am.
Go check it. Go
Check out this guy. No,
check out that guy.
Check out that guy. So yeah, and then sorry, real quick, I've been working on a little stuff on this podcast, this very own podcast, and I'm kind of excited, which I mentioned last month. But if you missed that, I'm hoping to put this on Spotify. So I have my friend creating a logo as we speak, because I feel like, you know, it needs to be. Trust me, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. I can't say a whole lot.
I don't even know.
He doesn't even know, and I wanna I wanna surprise him, and because I'm excited, and I haven't even seen it yet. I just like threw some ideas at her, and so that's on her, and she's done some of my work already. So I felt, you know. And yeah, this banner and stuff, it probably won't really work on Spotify. So since it's only I assume a square, and this is more of a rectangle, as you can't see, but everyone else can see. But yeah, a lot of work goes into that, and trying to learn that.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Anyway, sorry, I'm blabbering. So yeah,
we've never done that.
We never. So I guess what do you want to talk about? I want to talk about the hot chip. I mean, but this podcast is going to be all over the place. I feel like it's going to be
sounds about par for the course.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about the chip real quick?
Sure.
Since I just mentioned it. All right.
Sure. We ate a chip.
We ate a chip. All right. Next thing. All right. What are you looking forward to 2021? Go.
Never eating that chip again.
Oh my god. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend it. I'm sorry to plug my own YouTube, but it's on there, and we did it for the kids, or at least I did, and I feel like Smokinace did for the kids
100%.
as well.
A mixture of curiosity and also just for the kids. For the kids.
I had a milestone, and Smokinace was like, you know what? I want to do that, and I was like, all right. And then
I wanted to try it for a while.
And then we did it, and it was the most disgusting thing ever.
It tastes so bad. It tastes so bad.
I got sick. Is pretty.
I wish I had. I
got sick.
I didn't want and Scouter and I talked about this after the fact, but I love spicy things. I love doing spicy challenges. I love things like that. This was the hottest thing that I've ever tried.
Mm-hmm.
But I would do that same level of heat again.
If it was just
on something that tastes better.
On wings or something.
Yeah. Give me a chicken sandwich that has that on it. Give me chicken wings. Give me a burger. Give me, something. But it just.
The blue tortilla chip. Yeah.
It was just so bad tasting, and that was the only it was very hot, don't get me wrong, it was a very toasty chip, but the taste was, for me, by far and away the worst part about it. I would rather take an hour-long heat than the next day. I was a little nervous because I take a water bottle with me to work, and I opened it up when I got to work, and I took a drink. And I thought my taste buds were screwed up, but I just still had this coating on my mouth from and I had brushed my teeth 2 or 3 times since we did the chip, so I was like, uh-oh, did I break my nerves or something like that? But yeah, no, it was. I'm glad I did it, just to say that I did, because it was a goal that I had at some point in my life to do. I did it. I lived through it. You can watch the YouTube video. You can watch the. I think I saved the VOD of it, but maybe not. But you can, if it's still there, you can watch the entirety of, eating and keeping the chip. So, but what were your opinions, sir?
Just if it is, I took it. I probably won't do that again, because that hotness, I assume the hotness got me sick. I probably wouldn't do that just for for me not getting sick again. But like, yeah, it's disgusting. I will never do that again. So yeah, sorry. Real quick, we just wanted to touch on that. I would highly, if you don't like spicy things, do not do this.
No.
You
like
will,
I said,
you will literally get sick. And
yeah, I enjoy spicy things, but I like spicy things that have a good flavor.
Yeah.
Like I did the world's hottest chocolate for another stream 2 years ago, almost now, something like that.
Yeah,
and that was hot, but the chocolate had a good flavor to it.
Right.
You know, it didn't just sit there and linger this bad taste
for more than like 10 hours, right?
Yeah. Like the chocolate, it had. You had the kind of coolness of the chocolate and the sweetness of the chocolate, and then you had the heat, and it built for a little while, and it lasted maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then it was like I had nothing.
Right.
You know, then it was like nothing different than eating anything else. And I did a few squares of that, but it went away, and it stayed away, and I never, did it again. But with the chip, yeah, it still had that taste in my mouth for... I think we played for another like hour or hour and a half, and I could just taste it the whole time.
I really do not want to play after that chip anymore. I was just like trying to like. That's why we ended so early. I was like, I'm already done. Like, I'm dead. I just want to lie down and die now. And tweeted like, hey, fun fact, I'm not dead, because literally like, it was I wish I just didn't react like the way it did. Maybe if I had that. Maybe I don't know, probably the hotness, just my body just reacting like the way it did. It's just like...
completely understood.
Nope.
It's not a normal thing. It is by no means a normal thing that is made for consumption.
No. I was like, how is this legal? Like, it shouldn't be.
I bought this on the internet. I didn't even have to sign a waiver or nothing.
Right. Literally, I bought it at my local grocery store, and they're like, oh, cashiers, warn the person about, like, allergies and stuff. I'm like... That's the least of the well, that is a concern, but like if they're allergic to this or whatever, and anyways, I would highly recommend
fun fact: neither of us are allergic to it because we both didn't.
We didn't die. Yeah, I did in a way or so.
Just spiritually.
Basically.
It's fine. You're good. You're good.
We're alive. I'm alive, I think. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, real quick, I just wanted to touch on some gaming news. So Smokinace, I appreciate sending me this because he knows me quite well. Oh, by the way, sorry to mention this. Before that, you had a little interaction with Twitter. I saw with the voice of Snake.
Oh yeah. David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake, one of my biggest gaming idols. He is one of the people in the gaming industry that I would give my left leg to meet him and just talk with him.
I just want to see your reaction when you do meet him, like, hi.
I like to think that if I were to meet somebody really famous or something like that, then I'd be like, oh yeah, it's cool, whatever, so what,
right.
Blah blah blah. But I think with David Hayter, I would lose my mind and geek out and everything, because I grew up with Metal Gear Solid. It's my favorite game series.
What?
I know.
Sorry.
I definitely haven't done 2 24-hour marathons of the Metal Gear Solid series. For Extra Life for the kids, Nationwide Children's Hospital, just saying. What?
Donate.
But yeah, growing up with Metal Gear Solid, it was a big part of my gaming kind of growth and everything like that. So there was a tweet that was to him and Ryan Reynolds, or at them, about like being together in a movie possibly or something like that, and I had made a comment on it, and David Hayter liked it, and I lost my mind because I was just so incredibly excited. And then, actually, fun fact, sorry to steal your catchphrase.
That's fine.
But they actually had a little reunion the original cast of Metal Gear Solid, and that's going to release this coming Friday from recording. I'm not sure when this is going up, but January 29th, and they're going to kind of reveal what they, that reunion, and I had commented on that, and the voice of Otacon from the series actually liked that tweet as well. So Christopher Randolph. So two big kind of idols of mine in the gaming voiceover world, liking my stuff in like a week's time, and I'm just losing my mind.
Yeah.
So it's been an awesome month for gaming.
It was kind of like me with, I don't know if I mentioned this on my podcast, but I mentioned, like, if you guys don't know, RT Game, he's a Irish comedian, or Irish YouTuber, and he did a painting stream. I did show Smokinace,
yes,
but I don't
yes,
think
that was cool.
that he did, like, he watched dry paint for an hour, and like, he had the most views ever, and I was like, we need a t-shirt now, and he read that on chat, and it was a t-shirt, and I bought it, of course. And I wish I was wearing it now, but
that would have been awesome.
And then, like, that same week, oh my god, Chad, I was streaming on the Extra Life channel at the time, and he raided me. And I was, if you guys don't know who Oh My God Chad is a Minecraft player, YouTuber as well, and he's also Extra Lifer, and stupid. He's popular in my opinion, which I don't know if a lot of people know who he is, but I was like, that happened in the same week. I was like, I'm good. I could die today. We're good. It was pretty exciting. Anyways, that's cool. Like, I felt so bad, like, when you tweeted to me, and then, like, I tweeted, like, Prison Architect, what dog breed is this? And I said cat, and they replied, and, like, I was like, look at this. And I was like, I didn't even say anything to you, like, it didn't, like, hit me till later.
I can completely understand that, because it's, the internet is such a cool thing where, like, something like this, we're not in the same room, we're not in the same area or anything like that, and we can still have these interactions. We often think of game developers and directors and voice actors and all that stuff as kind of untouchable,
right.
Almost outer worldly, where they're we know they're real people, they're normal people, they're all this, but it's just like, well, I'm not interacting with them every day, but to have that interaction through something like the internet is just really cool, especially if it's something that you're passionate about. Like, I know you're very passionate about Prison Architect. I've watched you play the game multiple times, so it...
Too many times.
Well, I'm sorry, a roller coaster can't tweet at you. I apologize. They don't have that ability yet. But yeah, it is cool to like I said, we already know that they're real, breathing, normal people.
Right.
But to have that interaction just helps bridge that gap of, look, they're real people.
Legit.
They
are making a living off of my money.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because we enjoy what they do. That's why we support them and everything like that. So it is a stupidly cool feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of segueing now for sure, we're going into gaming news. On top of Prison Architect, you showed me Going Green, and I was like, see you, bye. I'm gone. I don't know. I'm very nervous when it comes to Prison Architect DLC with their previous DLCs. So maybe, I know there's a free update too, so I'm itching to kind of look at it. But yeah, maybe I'll check that out and maybe wait a bit, and then I'll probably honestly I'll probably pick it up regardless because it's kind of an added feature. Basically, it's planning in Prison Architect. So I was like, farming and prison, like what part of this don't I like? So it's gonna be exciting. So yeah,
what do you think the odds are that you're going to be able to maybe grow some medicinal herbs in there to make extra money on the side?
I'm sure.
I feel like that has to be in there.
I don't think so.
It has to be. But actually, to be fair, what is that game rated?
I assume like it's probably PG-13. I mean, you're murdering, like, people murder in that game, you know.
True.
And there's nudity. I mean, kind of nudity, but it's I would say 13 in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
That's fair. Yeah,
well, I just saw it says Peggy 13. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
When I watched
that's
that video,
and you know, yeah. So maybe they won't have. Who knows? I don't know. I've only played a little bit of that game. No, I don't even think I've played that game.
You should.
I'm thinking of The Escapist. It is a game that I've wanted to check out. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a simple. It's probably the best prison architect game ever. I mean, I'm sorry to put that out there because I don't think there isn't any other ones that I could think of.
There was one prison game that I bought like 10 years ago. I could not tell you the name of it.
Oh, Peggy 16. Sorry, I was just looking. So it's 16, but that's in UK.
That's mature, yeah.
But
so that, I think Peggy 16 is mature for the United States.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't put it go that far. But maybe there will be then. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll just have to find out. Check out Scouter705.
Oh, for
Twitch
sure.
To find out later.
I will probably play that one.
Make sure to follow
Unfortunately,
him.
Players and Architect doesn't get me very many views. I've been trying to not play that too much on stream.
That's fair.
I mean, I feel like it's just outdated enough. I mean, anyways. So, you showed me Tangent acquires majority stake in Don't Starve developer Clay Entertainment. This is IGN.com. Basically, for what I read, so you might correct me, I kind of skimmed through this. Basically, someone bought them out, and they kicked off their entire team, right? That's what I read.
Tencent has a history. I'm not going to get into it, mostly because I don't know all of the history, but I know that there has been issues regarding Tencent in some other instances. But like I said, things may have changed and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mostly just sent it to you because I know you are a big fan of Clay.
Yeah, Clay.
It's Clay, right?
Clay. Rhymes with Clay. Play. That's how you remember.
Fair
Fun
enough.
fact.
Yeah, that's a good call. But yeah, I mostly just sent it because I know you're a big fan of theirs and their games and stuff. So it could be a good thing. If I remember right,
Maybe.
I think I saw that supposedly the development team and everything's going to stay the same. They're under that banner now. So who knows? It's hard to say. Whenever a studio is acquired by another
Somebody
studio
else.
or something
Something
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get more money, and that'll be the only thing, and maybe they'll be able to do, higher quality games. Who knows? That is, I use this term all the time. I've probably said it at some point on this podcast multiple times, but only time will tell.
Right.
We'll just have to see what happens with them and their future releases.
They can do no wrong. I know. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to be hopeful, but hopefully it's not too staggering of significant hit on them, and
hopefully it's
maybe I hope
for good.
Hopefully it'll help them, and I don't know. We'll see. See in a couple months when we talk about it again, and then Smokinace also, which I would probably mention this year. For our discussion of what games we're excited for this year.
I will as well.
21 indie... this is on Polygon that Smokinace sent me this earlier this year as well. January 1st, actually, he sent me. I'm glad you sent me these, by the way.
I do what I can.
I don't want to go through all of these, but I'm just going to mention a few nuts here. Announcement trailer: Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Venbra skatebird. Anyways, you could look on Polygon to look at these trailers, but honestly, a couple of these are. I'm excited for indie this year. It's going to be, I think, in my opinion, the best year of indie. Just for this alone. Like a lot of these, there's a couple that I was like, but like,
Yeah.
it's just a trailer. I'm sure they'll come up with a new trailer. It's just kind of a hot pot for one. It looked like a cooking simulator, a new cooking simulator. Like, I'm very excited for a majority of these. I could speak. Was there anything in particular in there that you liked, or?
I have a weird relationship with indie games, mostly because
send us podcast.
only for the fact that most of the time, I don't see them, and I don't know about them.
Me neither.
So honestly, it's been a bit since I've looked through that list. So there probably was. I don't know if any of them made them onto my list because I grabbed a kind of a bigger list of games that are supposed to come out this year. But yeah, like there are a lot of indie games, and also a lot of times I'll play a game and not even realize that it's an indie game.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, so there's probably a lot of games that I've played where I'm like, oh yeah, I really love that game. And then,
Minecraft.
Find out later it's an indie game because I just don't think about it like that.
Right.
Yeah, I know a lot of the bigger hit games and the bigger title games and stuff like that, but if a game looks fun, I'm gonna check it out. I want to try it and see. Yeah, just because I see a big brand publisher or developer on a game doesn't mean I'm going to instantly go, oh, that's the greatest game ever made. But just because I see a title card from some company I've never heard of doesn't mean I'm going to write it off and go, oh, I'm never touching that game. I just like playing games, so.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, with that list, like I said, I haven't looked at it in a little while, so I don't remember what's on it, but I'm sure there's a handful of games that I'll go, yeah, you know what? That one's $5, I'll check it out. That one's $10, I'll go ahead and check it out. So.
Yeah, I really want to get back into just, like, if someone mentioned, like, I just actually looked up one today. I'll have to maybe do it next time, but there's one I just kind of glimpsed a little bit earlier, and then I was just like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I have to pull it up, but it's just like, wow, I definitely will have to, like, it's just, they come out of nowhere. As part of Zach Fierce, if you remember him, he was
go check out.
yeah, he has a new game that's free, and Dyson Spear Program, sci-fi simulation game with space adventure, exploration, and factory automation. What I sounded like is like a Factorial, but in outer space, maybe. Mm-hmm. It starts.
Who doesn't love space?
It starts out very much like Factorio does, and it throws multiple planets, solar systems at you. Your star planet won't have any resource, so you have to create infrastructure. So yeah, and resource management. So I was like, man, that's so like if it wasn't for like me being part of like the Zach Fierce's community like that, I wouldn't have. Like, I saw it on Steam, and I was like, oh, I'll put that on my wish list, and then someone else posted it. Again, this was, I really want this community, and maybe, Zach Fierce's community that I just got joined today on Discord, that hopefully it'll help me, like, I do want to, because it's me, I'm Scouter, I play indie games, like, that. I love indie games so much, and, I don't know. Anyways.
By the way, go check out the podcast with Zach Fierce on her. That was a fun one.
Yeah, I just...
It gave me a good insight into the mind of a game developer. That's another one of those things.
I owe him so much, man. he didn't have to do that. He did it twice on this podcast, and he's awesome.
That's just... It gave a good picture into it, like I was kind of talking about earlier with, celebrities and directors and stuff like that. I don't know what goes into making a game. I've never made a game anything past MS-DOS way back when.
Yeah.
I remember there in school, in our library, we had a book of, make your own video games, and it gave you prompts to use in Microsoft DOS. And, I've never made a game outside of that. I don't know the first thing about it. I don't know where to go and whatnot. So to be able to talk to Zach Fierce and kind of get that insight was really cool, and it was really really opened up my mind to how much work really goes into a game, even whether it's something as small as, like Solitaire, or if it's as big as like Skyrim or something. There's so much that goes into it, and it's cool, and I appreciate game developers because they're the ones that make the stuff that we get to play.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I got Ashen's Fall into it. I share it every time. Like, any good multiplayer? Bombfest. Like, every time I try, and it's stupid affordable. His new game is Zardy's Maze. It is free to play, so I just downloaded it today because he was streaming, and I was like, and he mentioned it. I was like, oh yeah, see, you got a new game, and I totally and he did mention it. I was like, oh, thank God, because I forgot. So I will have to play that for sure. And then Blizzard absorbs accumulated Activision Studio. Anyways,
I
don't care. Anyways, lastly, real quick, Age of Empire 4. I think
so
me and you. I think this one's going to be on the list for sure for both of us this year. Smokinace is dying over there. That's fine.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've wanted a new Age of Empires game for so long.
Yeah,
I like the amount of hours spent with friends and stuff is just.
I think.
Oh, man.
I will recommend Good Old Games again. Age of Empires. I didn't find out until after Empire Earth. For me, I like Empire Earth a little bit better because I want to go to caveman time to robot time, and to have that and this only Age of Empires only goes to whatever medieval time or whatever
the kind of
Golden Age
the
area,
Imperial Age.
There you go.
Yeah, it did.
It ends there, and I'm like, I want to go into I want to keep going, but just seeing the trailers of Age of Empire. This was on PC Games N.com that Smokinace sent me that says Age of Empire 4 is playable, needs balance and polish. So I assume it's probably going to be later this year.
But the amazing part of that is they're taking time to make the game work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names here right now, but there are some games
Cyberpunk.
A lot of people are excited for, but they rush it and everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that they came out and said, hey, we can play this game, it's just not quite to the level that we want, is really cool. And I'm going to, spoiler alert, I'm going to mention it in games I'm excited for this year, but if it doesn't come out till next year, but we get a clean working game, it stinks that it gets pushed back. But I would rather that than get disappointed by a game as it first comes out.
I'm sure,
and then just have that bad taste in my mouth.
I'm sure we're not the only ones who I knew other people are just excited for it.
Oh yeah, it's one of those games where, I actually want to look up because I don't remember when Age of Empires 3 came out, but it's one of those games that, a lot of people played. I know it was pretty popular for a
2020, October 15th.
Wait.
That's not right.
What was that? That was a definitive edition or something.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably why.
The original Age of Empires 3 came out in 2005.
Okay.
So the last
Age of Empires.
Big base game came out 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. It came out in November, so 15 years ago. yeah, so a majority of the people that played it, I was 15, 16 at the time when Age of Empires 3 came out. I'm twice as old now, and so yeah, it's exciting for that older generation of gamers, because yeah, there hasn't been a new one in 15 years. So to be able to get another one, finally, there obviously was demand for it. Now, they had the Age of Empires Online, but honestly, I tried to play that, and I couldn't figure out how to get it working. I haven't tried it in a while, but so yeah, obviously there's a demand for it, or else they wouldn't put their time into making it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that one to come out.
Yeah,
and I hope it's this year.
Yeah. Yeah, me and you both. Anyways, so, sorry. Real quick, I just wanted to... It's been so... I feel like it's been ages since our last stream, so I just felt like those links you sent me, I was excited for. And then I sent you a speedrunner for Metal Gear Solid, so it works out. Anyways.
He's fun to watch. He has a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I just love watching speedruns, as you know. It's cool. I don't know if you saw the Twitch kind of like the Spotify thing of things you watch, yes. And I was kind of surprised in a way, because I was like, oh, do I really watch speedruns that much? Do I really? And then of course, as a streamer, here's your top categories, and of course Resident Evil 4 was I was like, obviously, I felt like that game this last year is cool. I'm glad companies are doing that, because it's kind of I think that's a simple thing to do for them, to just figure out each individual and then share it, and then they share it, because of course everyone's sharing it, and they're like, oh, what's this Twitch thing, so. Yeah. For a business aspect, it's brilliant.
Oh, absolutely. Marketing is genius.
Yeah.
Because, if you post that on social media and someone's scrolling through their feed and then they go, Twitch, what's that?
Right.
And bam, now that, they might be interested and get into watching streams and stuff like that, or even streaming themselves.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I'm sure would like to stream, but still don't know what Twitch is. And they have no idea that there is a very easy platform to get into to start streaming. So yeah, from, like you said, from a marketing perspective, it's genius.
Yeah,
absolutely genius.
I did an interview and I was like, yeah, stream on Twitch, and they're like, what's Twitch? And I'm trying to explain it, oh, it's a live streaming service, and of course they wouldn't, older people wouldn't know, older than our age, or
because it's a
our parents'
relatively
age.
New-ish thing still,
right.
That's still growing and still, moving along.
I'm just kind of glad that, as much as I love to hate esports, that gaming or bars are are kind of getting to that realm of, not Hearthstone, but that's a bad example. Some Blizzard game, Cloud9, which I'm a fan of course, because it's Logitech it sponsored them, but
I didn't realize that Twitch officially launched in public beta in 2011.
Seemed really late.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was older than that, but
I thought it'd be newer than that.
I thought it was older than that, to be honest. But yeah, it. So yeah, I guess officially, at least from public beta, Twitch turns 10 this year.
Oh wow! You'd think they'd blast it we'll get 10th year anniversary merchandise.
I mean, they might, because I think it said June 6th.
Oh.
So about a half a year away.
Especially
I'm sure around that time.
Especially
now that may not be the official launch, since it was a public beta, but
probably around that time they'll probably do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we'll sway to the next thing. We mentioned this a little bit on our podcast of what games we're looking forward to, probably in our last podcast. But I kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper of why why we're excited for these, and what game we think is the game of the year of our opinion, not the game of the year. Oh yeah, speaking of which, sorry I didn't mention this, but CS:GO got Labor of Love. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, so I'm done. I promise. That was it. Last time. Anyways, I've been egging Smokinace so much. Anyways, so what games are you looking forward to this year, and like why? Why? Tell me why.
So
nothing but a heartache.
When Scouter first posed this question to me, I got thinking about it, and I was thinking there's not really that many games coming out this year that I'm all that excited about. We just got a new, hardware launch the end of last year, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. So games are being developed for those, maybe have been in development for a little while. But, we still have, probably a few years left of the last generation that they're going to develop for, especially since a lot of those games can be played on the newer consoles. But then I got looking more into the games that are coming out this year, and I did get more and more excited because I did look at more of these. Now, one thing that is a toss-up, and who knows, maybe in a year we can look back on this and see how all this turned out, but with the pandemic and everything going on, a lot of these games may not come out this year. A lot of the list that I looked at, a lot of these games don't have release dates yet, and I think that's because they don't know if they're going to, be able to get them done and launch this year or not. But some of the games that I'm excited about.
Oh, yeah.
2020 is coming.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, there's an ad. There's a cat in my... I didn't know that there's a cat here.
Oh.
Sorry, there's audio that played
How'd that
real
get
quick.
in there?
I was just looking at indie games. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Yeah, some of these I don't have much to say on just because the developers themselves haven't said much, but some of them are just excited. So number one, these are in no particular order, but just because we already talked about it, Age of Empires 4, we're hoping that comes out this year. They haven't said much. They haven't released a whole lot. But hopefully that does come out this year. I'm really excited for the official PlayStation 5 release of GTA 5. I have a lot of fun with that game. I've played it on and off again for the last little while. So I'm excited to see what the PS5's hardware can do with a game that's already huge, that runs for the most part pretty well on the PlayStation 4. So I'm excited to see what a true to life PS5 version of it will be like. I'm very cautiously excited for, because I hope that based on its rocky beginnings, it'll be better. But I'll admit it, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the Cyberpunk 2077 PS5 release. I really hope that they put the time into that they need, because the game looks fun. The game looks really fun. What I've seen when it's worked, it looks like a fun game and could be a really good game. And I know it works better on PC than it does on the last gen hardware. But yeah, I won't buy it right away for obvious reasons, but I'm excited to see the current gen release of Cyberpunk. Some other games that we don't really know a whole lot about yet, so I'll just kind of rattle them off kind of quickly. Ghostwire Tokyo, that looks like it could be a fun game. I haven't really seen anything on that other than just kind of its announcement. The next Horizon game, Horizon Forbidden West, the first one was really good Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm excited to see more. I'm hoping that comes out this year as well. It could be a really heavy-hitting PS5 game. Maybe PS4. I'm not sure if that one's in development only for the PS4 to be upgraded, or if it's kind of a double-duty thing, or if it's going to be released by itself. Jet the Far Shore, that one looks like it could be an interesting space kind of mystery vibe, but I don't know if there's just mystery because they're just sort of teasing the game. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, that one looks, again, another interesting looking game, but we don't really know a whole lot about it. And then Last Stray, which I don't know if you've heard of this one, Scouter, but it very much seems like you will be playing as a cat. So, not sure, because again, haven't seen a whole lot on that one. And then to kind of quickly go into the games that I'm more excited about, that we know a little bit more about. Oh, and God of War Ragnarok. I say that one tentatively because I still technically haven't played the first new God of War. I plan on playing that next month as part of my beat at least one game every month. So I'm excited about that. Oh, I remember the other game that I was trying to think of, BioShock Infinite, which that will be talked about in another podcast.
Oh,
Scouter and I have a challenge that we issued to each other of beating one game that each of us picked. So that
I want to talk about it so bad.
Well,
I need to finish Metal Gear Solid quickly, so we could talk about.
But yeah, so that one I did play and I beat in January. So that, again, going back to the Gaming Goals podcast, that one I did beat and
you love it.
Was able to check off the list.
You're like Scout, nothing.
But yeah, so the new God of War Ragnarok, I'm hoping to beat the first one next month, and then I'm excited for that one to come up because I've heard really good things. I'm excited for Back 4 Blood. For anybody that doesn't know, that's kind of the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. I played a decent amount of Left 4 Dead and mostly Left 4 Dead 2, but I never really beat them or anything like that because I got into those really late, so other people weren't really playing them, so I never really got that kind of friend interaction, and I know those are very heavily co-op games. So I'm excited to kind of get into this one maybe right from the get-go and play with some other people and really dive deep into what the game's supposed to be for.
Sorry, no, keep going.
You're good.
I just looked into Stray and holy crap.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're going to have to buy a PS5 now. You're welcome.
Thanks.
And that one, they showed that one at the PlayStation 5 reveal.
We're good.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that enough. So there you go. Boom. Bam.
It looks gorgeous.
But I'm excited about Gran Turismo being on the PS5. I like racing games on occasion. I kind of go through little phases of them. And it'll be interesting to see, because Gran Turismo has always been a very good-looking game and a very good handling game. So with the power of the PS5, I'm really excited to see that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. The Ratchet and Clank games are just fun. They're just downright fun. They're games that have a challenge to them, but you can also just kind of sit back and just have a fun time playing. So for there to be a new Ratchet and Clank game on the PS5, really excited to see that. And the trailer they showed is really cool, kind of being able to jump between different time periods and see how things adjust and change. I'm excited to see the mechanics of that. And then I haven't looked too much into this one, but it looks interesting. Deathloop. That one seems like it could be a fun game, but also I haven't done too much research on that one. I don't know how much research is out there, but probably out of all the games that we've talked about,
sorry,
bless you.
Okay.
probably the most excited that I am is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Nice.
I am so pumped for that game. I haven't played a kind of regular Lego game since Lego Avengers, which I think was a launch title for the PS4 or very early on. So I haven't really played a Lego game since then because there hasn't been one that really interested me. Interested me?
Yeah.
There's one that I haven't been interested in, if I can speak.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, it's Star Wars. It's Lego. I love Lego. I mean, I've got, you know, I know where to point. I've got the Lego AT-ST. I've got a Lego Boba Fett. I got a Lego Boba Fett helmet.
Do you have a Lego?
There's a Lego pirate ship right here. Yar.
That's a real question.
Gar.
I might have broke something in the meat, but
what are you doing, madman? But yeah, I'm really excited for that game because, like I said, it's Star Wars. It's Lego. I just saw today that there's gonna be like over 300 playable characters, so they're gonna have a huge myriad of who knows all the characters they're gonna be able to put in there.
It'd be cool is if they did that on multiplayer.
I hope so.
That'd be amazing.
I would not be. I mean, you could always play. You could play a lot of the other ones, co-op and stuff. But I'm hoping that this one has really good, multiplayer element to it. But yeah, that when I like I said when Scouter,
you were prepared, sir.
I'm sorry, it's your fault. You know I can talk about video games for days.
Yeah.
For days.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not prepared at all. I have like 3, and you're just like list. Here's my list. I actually just Googled this, GameSpot.com. And that's why.
Hey, that's the list that I looked at.
With the 50 indie games to keep an eye on in 2021.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was on Game Informer. I apologize.
Yeah, but still, that both of them have similar aspects that are. I'm just like skimming through this, and Stray is on here. Just other ones on here. It's just again, unfortunately, it's just images, and again, apologize for the audio. A video played on this website right away, so I couldn't. I didn't even think. Oh my god, this looks good.
I was rambling. I didn't even notice.
It's good. It's the Outlast Trails. I assume we have to play Outlast 2. Yeah, it says instead of making it odd for Outlast 2.
Oh man, I haven't played Outlast. I did play some of Outlast 2.
Is there Outlast 2 or Outlast 1? Okay. Sorry, it's just
there are both.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that is a horror game that you cannot fight back.
Yeah.
And the scariest thing about that game is there is a button to look behind you when you run.
Right.
So you know what? You're already being chased.
Podcast. Sorry.
You're already being chased, which is the worst thing.
But you can't look behind you.
I hate the feeling of being chased, especially in a video game. No, especially in real life, because I'm slow.
In real life.
But to be able to look behind you and see what's running after you almost makes it worse. Because that just means that things are going to chase you all the time. If they're like, hey, here's a button to look behind, here's a real-life rear-view mirror. Yeah. Go ahead and look back there to check over your shoulder to make sure you're not being chased.
Right.
I hate it. I hate it. It's terrible.
Power to the People looks interesting. I'm just skimming through these again, and then She Dreams Elsewhere kind of looks like a what's that game? Undertale game. Kind of has a style. They're all. These are all.
I do enjoy Undertale.
And then when you said Stray, I Control F, and of course that's on here. So that's technically an indie game. And then Resident Evil, the new one you just mentioned.
Village.
Yeah, Village. There you go.
7? Is that 7?
Yeah,
I think.
Sure.
You're the Resident Evil guy.
Yeah, no. So I think I'm excited for. and of course, so that anyways, to get to my games, Resident Evil 4 should be out this year. I mean, is it already on?
Well, because they're remastering it.
Remastered, yeah.
I saw something where some change happened, like in the development team or something. I don't remember. Go on. I'm just going to.
Sorry, no. I'm just like, I don't know if I should buy it on the Nintendo Switch. I know it's going to be a dying thing on Switch. Oh, you get the triple pack though if you want. Get 4, 5, and 6. I might actually do that now, because that way it gives me excuse to actually play the other Resident Evil games. Although I know, but there's only a few selected Resident Evil ones to play. I know to avoid some of them. Like I know 7 is not the greatest, but. Yeah, is that technically coming out this year? If it already is out, I don't know. I'm behind.
I'm not sure.
I don't care. Anyways, I think you know where I'm going to go with this. The Stanley Parable. For sure. Hopefully, again, it's really annoying because, like, of course, I follow Crows, who is the game developer of. The Stanley Parable. They like tweet every once in a while, like, "Oh, touch the Stanley orb" or something like, and the developer commented on there saying, "Stop making memes and get going with game development." And that's basically, I feel like when I read the comments, everyone's like, "When's it coming out? When's it coming out?" Like, I'm just like trying to be patient, and I'm just trying to be patient and trying to, like, when I see the tweets and I'm like, come on, like, you're killing me with this.
Really quick, we don't have to go into it, but I found the article that I was looking for with the Resident Evil 4 remake. I sent it to you. You can check it out later. But it sounds like they are doing like a creative reboot to it or something. So they might change things up, add something. So that could delay it by some, if they're kind of restructuring things or not. But anyway, sorry, go back. I just wanted to let you know that I sent that your way.
But like, October 6th, and literally an image, and it says "the," and it has, like, it's the Stanley Parable, like, logo, and, like, and just, again, like, we may spin, like, do not lick the Stanley Parable orb, like I just mentioned, and then, like, again, I followed the actual game developer. It's like, Jesus, enough with the minutes, just finish the game already, and, just, again, the Warzone ending, and it's just, like, Stanley Parable with a gun, and it looks like he's, like, looking in a mirror or something, but it's a door. But I'm just like, you're killing me. It's just irritating. And I like all of them. And then, of course, I also want the digital. I bought, as you know, I bought the Stanley Parable Collector's Edition, like, PC one, but like the actual, I'm gonna probably buy it on PC, and just to own a physical copy.
Yeah.
I literally did that with, of course, Planet Coaster. Yeah, I love to play it on the PC, and I probably will continue to play it on PC. But to have I literally bought it on PS4 just to have the literal copy.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I get it. I understand that.
And then
I love physical media.
Yeah, and then I mentioned this already, Little Sims World. I assume it's not coming out this month at this point. It's like, what, this week? It's supposed to... There's no way it's going to come out this week, or at the end of this week. So I assume, a couple months from now, a month from now, that it'll be, at latest, I assume, early spring. So if you haven't looked into it, if you missed the podcast, it's basically a indie top-down 2D, like, it's basically a Sims game but it's 2D. It's the closest thing so far to what I want as if I were to make a game.
Yeah.
What we mentioned, I think, one of the first podcasts.
Check that podcast out too.
Yeah, should be on Spotify. Maybe. Hopefully soon. But it kind of goes, which I'm really excited about, is like you could actually like the real Sims, you could actually go to the grocery store and I don't know if they have. I played Sims 4 a little bit, and I should play a little bit more. But you could actually buy stuff with money. You could see it in your pocket, and it's all 2D. As you know me, I like the 2D for some reason. I like this top-down view of these games. I think it's just a little bit simpler, and I like the art is great, and just like little things like you would do in the normal Sims 4, I guess. Like you could go venture, but it's more, this is more, indie game, and it looks really cute and really fun. I'm excited for. Yeah. And then anything that comes out of Clay, whatever the new development of Clay is, I'm sure they're coming out with something. They're brewing out something, and
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good year for indie games for sure. I think, like I mentioned, just check out those websites because just those games I've seen on there, I'm pretty pumped about. I'm gonna this year. If I haven't really been into indie lately, and I think this year will get me back into indie because this is
pull you back in.
Yeah, I've been so bad with indie, and I don't know. I want something new. I love Prison Architect. I love this stuff, but I just been playing this game so long. It's just I just itching for the new Prison Architect. I'm itching for the new Stanley Parable. Again, it's remade. It's gonna. I don't know. I'm just gonna die when that comes out. You won't see me for a week.
Well, this took a turn.
No, I think just those looking through those indie games, just man, those are indie games. Those are credible for indie games.
Yeah, and that's why I think for me, a lot of times the line is blurred.
Mm-hmm.
Because indie games, the talent and the skills behind the indie games as a whole have gotten so crazy. I was looking at that one of the lists that you brought up, and I saw Hollow Knight, Silk Song, I think it is, or Song of Silk or whatever. I didn't remember that the first Hollow Knight was an indie game.
Yeah.
Because I just started playing that last month, and I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing that on stream. Well, I didn't even realize that was an indie game, and because it's just done so well, and it's very in depth, and it's a challenge and all this, and I just thought, some big developer made this, but no, it's a fun little indie game, but it feels like you could have easily put any of the big publishers on there, and I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Mm-hmm. And especially I like Zach Fierce's comment again. You should check out that podcast. That you should just don't be afraid, because and I think especially with Among Us, again that game was out ages ago, but it seems like that game came out in 2020. You might not know what to expect, and especially to get your friend. I literally, Zach, when I met, literally I don't remember, I followed it, and then they're free, I think someone tweeted free Bomb Fest, and I'm yeah, sure, free game, heck yeah. And then they're we're on Kickstarter. I'm okay, now that I played it for free, might as well back them. I enjoyed it. He gave me the game for free. And unfortunately, it didn't succeed the first time when I first did the podcast with him. Fun fact. And then, unfortunately, he relaunched it, and it got kickstarted the second time. And I still I buy his game. If it wasn't I feel like I owe him, and now I owe him like my life now that he's been on this podcast twice. Like he has me for like forever now. Like he has my soul, and you know, it's like I assume that's just part of business. Like that he's just, you know, that's me. I'm gonna be committed to him. I'm always going to buy his game. You're gonna buy, like, if I mention it to you or there's people in the podcast, hopefully you guys buy the game. Like, you know, it's just a matter of, like, who knows? Bombfest might be the new. I thought, you know,
easily.
Yeah, it's just, you know, when it came out, I was just like, man, I feel like I played this. I literally told him I feel like I played this game already. Like, and it's just really cool that it's there again. Like, and then like Dicey Dungeons, like, it's just stupid good, and it's so simple. But
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for indie this year. It's just that list right there. I think that I just referenced to. I think looking through all those, I'm like, man. It's gonna be. I gotta like maybe follow them on Steam or something, so like when they get get updated, I could see and you know, follow the ones I want. And yeah, I mean, like I said, Minecraft is an indie game, and you wouldn't have known that. Like, believe it or not, it's crazy.
With as huge as that's gotten, I mean, heck, I had never heard of Don't Starve, but it was a free PlayStation Plus game, and I picked it up, and. You know, because I download all the free PlayStation Plus games, because why not? You know, it's not going to hurt me to check out a game for free. And I was at my my boss's place with one of our friends and coworkers, and we spent so many days playing that game because it was incredibly fun. You know, it was a big challenge. We had no idea what we were doing, but yeah, I had no idea that was an indie game.
Yeah.
Again, it felt like a big AAA developer made this fun little, you know, really challenging, interesting game, and we put so many hours into playing that. And you know, if I didn't want to check out these smaller games and stuff, I never would have played it. And I'm glad I did. I'm still terrible at the game, but I have a lot of fun with it.
Hey, even I am, and I've been playing it for. Since basically it was before it was released. I don't know. I mean, who knows, and we'll see. Anyways, so you had a question for me as well that I don't know about. Well, you wanted to surprise me.
Do we want to do that, or do you want to do
a
quick game of the year?
Oh yeah, didn't do that. Did I mention? I didn't mention. I thought you kind of mentioned that.
I haven't really.
I thought you did.
I'm still on the fence, but
you know what it's gonna be. Stanley Parable. Your turn.
So I think I'm going to make a slight prediction here that I think the like big industry game of the year will probably be Cyberpunk. They're going to get it fixed. Everyone's going to forget about all the trouble it had. It's going to blow up and be, you know, this big crazy game because they're going to have
Smokinace's game of...
But mine...
Okay, thank you.
You know, based on everything that's going on and everything that's coming out and whatnot, and just kind of to get a little picture, probably the one I'm most excited for, and I think will be my game of the year, is going to be Horizon Forbidden West. The first one, it was...
Like we mentioned...
Kind of a... Huh?
Like we mentioned that, you know, got caught under the bridge, you know.
Yeah. It's just... The first one, it's such a different game. Like, it feels very familiar, but it also feels like a completely new and separate game. It's fun. I need to go back and play it again. But, yeah, I'm excited to see that one because I love the mechanics of it. I love the different weapons and the different tactics you have to use for the different creatures and things like that. So, yeah, I think... It's going to be Horizon Forbidden West for me. And that's probably only because I haven't played God of War. But who knows? The new God of War, that one might be mine. But yeah, as of right now, I'm going to say Horizon Forbidden West. Nice. Really excited about that game. But yes, the question that
Sorry to interrupt. Before you do that,
Yes.
I think, well, jokes aside, I think, man, if I follow those lists of those indie games, I assume, alright, I'm gonna just put this out there. In my opinion, like, the Stanley Parable Ultimate Edition is gonna probably replay, if it's gonna be... I don't find it... I feel like I probably won't find it as a new game, really. Like, it's
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, at the same time, yes, they're adding new levels, and I literally, like, again, I literally screamed when I watched the trailer, and I was just like, I thought it was just like a remastered version, like they're gonna make it look good, but they're like, oh yeah, we'll add more levels, and I was like, yep, alright, shut up, like, I'll buy it. Like, I wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't, like, I'll buy it, because of course I would, but, like, I probably wouldn't, like, I probably wouldn't be like, so I feel like maybe it probably won't be the game of the year. Because, like, I feel like, yeah, it's going to be the game of the year, but it's going to in my opinion, it probably replace the original Stanley Parable in, like, again, it's my top 5, is my number 3 in my top 5 games of ever. So, like, I feel like it's going to probably just take that spot. And I don't feel like, unless it's going to be, like, I don't know. I just, yeah, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, I love it, and of course I'm gonna love it to death, because of course I will. But I guess it's like for you, for Final Fantasy VII Remastered. Yeah, it's better than the original, but like it's not gonna replace. Like, it'll probably replace, Resident Evil 7 for your top 10 Final Fantasy or whatever. Top 10, I don't know if Final Fantasy VII is, but I'm just saying, like, if that was the case, I could see something like that. But, like, who knows? Yeah, maybe Little Sims World. And those, I think, if I follow those indie games close enough, probably one of those is going to be. I mean, I can't obviously make an assumption, but if I were to go outside of Stanley Parable, it'll be just any of the new indie games that are coming out. I'm pretty psyched. Like, when you saw that list, I was like, oh my god, like, I can't wait to spend all this money.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The 2021, the year of the money.
Hopefully. And then, side note, before you ask your question, there's a link on Netflix this year in March. You heard that correctly. Wait. Or Zelda. Whatever.
Okay. Okay, I was like, a link to what? What's this link?
No,
Zelda.
Is
there a link on Twitter?
You know
Discord?
What it is? Is Link and Zelda? I don't know. I should know this. They're different.
That's exciting.
But yeah, March 3rd.
It might not be, who knows?
But yeah, I
did not know that.
Anyways, well, they have The Witcher on Netflix, and I'm excited. Yeah. I've been watching some of that, and so I don't know. This Zelda, it is really good, and I mean, I don't know fully the story of The Witcher because I try to restrain me watching it, but I watched a YouTuber play it ages ago, finish it, and obviously I'm playing it now, but like I don't remember. I remember some of the story, like I know who Yennefer is, I know who these people are. But I don't remember, so that's good that I'm rewatching that.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for Zelda. Anyways, your question. Go.
Okay. So
I don't know this question. It's going to be great.
We've gone through all these lists of games we were excited for, what we want to play.
Oh yeah, we
want to get our hands.
We also didn't mention I had a tier thing that I got everyone pissed at. Anyways, continue.
We will not.
We'll not discuss that. Anyways.
No, we will not.
Sorry.
I will kick you off of your own podcast. I am still... Shame on you, sir.
With the cereal one? For sure.
Go, ooh.
We don't need to
go follow Scouter on Twitter just to look at his lists, just to shame him.
Just to be disappointed.
Shame.
Sorry to keep interrupting.
Shame.
Anyways.
You shame.
Shame,
You brought
sir.
this on yourselves.
Shame.
But no, so, we've talked about all these games that are coming out, that we hope are coming out, that have been announced and all this stuff. So my question to you, and like Scouter said, he has no idea I was going to ask this. What game or couple games do you hope and you pray and you would love and you would lose your mind if they were announced in 2021? Not necessarily releasing in 2021, but what game, game or games would you be so excited that they announced, whether it's at E3 or Tokyo Game Show or the Game Awards, because that's all about game announcements now and it's not about awards anymore, I don't think, but, So, yeah, 2021, what game would you just almost pass out if it were to be announced this year?
Stanley Parable. Well, again, that kind of was when they announced it. But, oh, man, that's a good question.
I wanted, that gut thinking. I didn't want to give you enough time to sit there and think about it and hem and haw. If there's something that's sitting in your gut that you go, man, I haven't heard about this game or something, in forever, I would love it if they were to announce that this year.
As much as I want to, the first thing I thought of when you said it was BioShock. Another BioShock. But now that I'm pondering it more, technically it already was released, but I wouldn't mind another Portal.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, now,
technically it was released. Are you talking about Superliminal?
No, or? I'm talking about Portal Stories Mel, which is
okay.
Technically, that if somebody, I mean that is out there. I mean somebody made that, but I wouldn't mind paying for that and it being released. But
that's a good one.
I think.
When did?
I know. Half-Life 1 is that. Of course, that joke is out there. I know.
I need it.
I haven't played Half-Life 1 or 2. I'm sorry. I need to play Half-Life 1 and 2 and the remastered one. But
they're so good.
I need to. I think just a new, or just remaster Portal. Just make it look gorgeous.
I would rather. That game still looks pretty decent for what it is and still is fun. I would much rather see Portal 3, but Valve doesn't do 3s.
Yeah, I know.
So you
asked me. I just can't.
No. I agree with you. I hope it comes out because I just looked it up and Portal 2 came out in 2011 in April. So that one, it's been 10 years. Give us the next. That would be amazing.
I mean, yeah. I just, as much as I like BioShock, and I think the way it ended needs to end. I mean, I just really want just redone Portal.
That's fair.
That's. I'm looking now. Portal Reloaded, April 2021. What is this? Is
that a remastered
free
Portal?
community-made modification for Portal 2. Dang it. Well, I gotta
could be worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, technically, again, Portal Stories Mel is, in my opinion, the next Portal 3, I guess, that we're gonna get. Anyways, what is your one, sir? It is free, by the way. Portal Stories Mel is free. It's hard as nails, by the way. I couldn't complete it, but just if I wanna, yeah, Portal Stories Mel is definitely the same thing.
I had no idea about this game.
Yeah, me neither. Anyways, which one is what would you pick, sir?
So the obvious answer, which I'm hoping, and
Metal
I'm
Gear Solid.
praying, Metal Gear Solid remake, remaster. Let me rephrase that: remaster. I don't want a remake.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a remake. I want a remaster. I just want that updated with modern controls, modern movement, modern game mechanics, modern everything. I'm hoping that that's what's going to be announced with their reunion, but I'm just excited to see that cast back, like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. But yeah, I would love to see that. Yeah, I want another Metal Gear game, but the odds of that happening are slim to none.
Mine are slim to none.
Huh?
Mine is slim to none. So.
Yeah, but that's the fun of these kinds of questions. Or it would be even cooler to have the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, which were top-down, the original Metal Gear games, those to be remastered into 3D and get to see those characters and everything. But away from Metal Gear, away from Metal Gear Solid, away from, those kind of games, I want a new Turok game to be announced. Who doesn't want to fight dinosaurs? Come on. Yeah, we've had this other stuff. I think it was it a new Ark game with Vin Diesel?
Sorry, Turok?
Turok. Turok.
Looking it up because I'll have to remember what it was.
Yeah, okay, so I know when they announced Ark 2, everyone thought that was, at least a lot of people that I was talking with thought that was going to be Turok, and that would have been amazing. But that's just Ark 2, so I'm not as excited. But yeah, Turok. Incredibly fun games. Back on the N64, oh man. I feel like you could pick... Have you have never seen Turok before? Turok Dinosaur Hunter?
Shame on you, sir.
Now he's getting it, everybody.
No, the closest thing I could remember is I probably can't think. It's like something Rampage. I think it's actually called Rampage.
Rampage?
Yeah.
Rampage World Tour.
The game where you're fighting your dinosaurs and you're fighting each other, and there's buildings that you collect.
Yep. Stupid fun games.
Nailed it. Somehow I remember it.
Completely different.
God, that game's so good.
Everybody, do you want to see Scouter be more... Oh, man, those are more expensive than I thought. I was going to say, do you want to see Scouter be more excited about possibly buying a game right away? Wow, that's amazing. What? So I was going to tell you that Turok is on Good Old Games.
Yeah.
But it's still $20.
Oh.
Which, like I said, it's a great game.
I'm sure they made it. Again, Good Old Games is great, so I'll be willing to pay for that, because... Man. To push to, I assume it has to take some doing for it to get on a platform to, make it work, and, by the way, BioShock Infinite is $13.74.
I already have it. I already beat it. I'm done with it.
You're done forever.
But I won't say anymore because, like I said, that will be...
Again, now you gotta play the DLC. The DLC, I actually wouldn't mind if you skipped it, but it's pretty good as well.
But yeah, no, Turok is a really fun game, but like I said, it's an old game, and it still looks rough. So that's a bit steep, but yeah, Good Old Games is a good website to support. So who knows? Maybe we'll be able to convince Scouter to buy Turok at some point.
I mean, I'd definitely give it a shot. It looks kind of fun. Looks like Doom, but dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much exactly what it is.
So yeah, I grew up with Doom, and you'd think I'd own the newest Dooms, but no, I don't.
Those are fun. I need to beat that though. I need to beat that.
I mean, there's the new there's that Half-Life game that technically is Half-Life
Alex is the VR one. Are you talking about?
Maybe thinking about something else.
I have it. I can't think of what it's called. Let me look on my Steam. But
maybe what am I thinking of?
Half-Life remake.
Yeah, Alex. That's technically a third Half-Life.
True.
And it looks.
I still want to get VR though.
I kind of want a VR just for this game. Like, it looks stupid.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I've heard really awesome things. I'm thinking of Black Mesa.
Oh yeah,
which was the fan made remaster of the original Half-Life. Half-Life Alex. I really want to check that out. I just need to get the headset.
500 VR set.
Yeah, it's still expensive.
Anyways,
so I just wanted to throw that question out there.
That's a good one.
Since we were already talking about games in 2021, just kind of wanted to pick your brain really quick about what you would be just drop dead excited for if it were to be announced this year. So
yeah, I think I know again. When's the next Half-Life 3? And then of course there'll be. I mean, technically, again, there's a new sort of what's it called? Left 4 Dead. But as a different developer, a different name, but. So I wouldn't mind just remaster Portal 1 and 2. I'll even be happy with that.
That's fair.
Just to make Portal 1 look better, that'd be fine.
Ooh. What about remaster the Orange Box? Then we get remastered Team Fortress, remastered Half-Life, and remastered Portal. I'd be down for that.
Mm.
That is still the greatest gaming bundle ever created.
Yeah, you think I would have
just a collection of games.
You'd think I'd own it, but I figured, well, why buy it when I have two of the games?
Yeah, I didn't have any of the games when I originally bought it, so it was a great value for me when I originally bought it.
So, yeah, it's a good one. As much as I want BioShock again, but I think it's a good end to the BioShock. Honestly, Infinite was.
That's fair.
I mean, I haven't played 1 or 2, but I don't know. Indie's gonna be great this year. That's what I'm just. That's what I want.
So to sum up this whole hour and 40 minutes or whatever, Indie's great this year.
Yep, Indie's gonna be again, especially Among Us. Just, I think it's gonna really, as Zach Veer said, it's just gonna get people, hopefully, publishing their indie stuff, and then more people, hopefully gamers like mostly gamers like you, but gamers gamers are gonna get into more indie stuff that just dug up. What's new this time around.
That any game, if you put it in front of me, I'm at least gonna give it 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If you put a game in front of me, I'm gonna give it a fair share to at least look at it and then get into it a little bit, because I love playing video games. And I just want to find that next good game I want to play.
Yeah, for sure. So, this is a good way to end it. I appreciate you being on again. Appreciate everyone listening.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully this week we'll be on Spotify, maybe? Question mark. And then get that rolling. But no promises, because it's just a lot of work.
I can imagine.
Well, it's not that much work. I just like to get everything ready. And I think the first episode we did was very quiet, and I'm sure it's going to get extremely better as the podcast goes on. But check out Smokinace as usual. He's an awesome streamer. He plays all the time, sometimes with his wife, and his wife, I will give her props of assisting Smokinace when he ate the one chip challenge. I saw you play Sims 4. That was cool.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
You made each other, and that was really cool. I only saw a little bit. I'm sorry I lurked the rest of the stream, but it's really cool that and I found out more about Smokinace. He wears glasses, and I never knew this. And he has hair under his hat. Never knew that either. Or that
Who told you those lies?
There's
nothing up there.
There's nothing up there. No, I'm joking. That there's something under his hat. No, it's cool. It's good to see and fun. Anyways, yeah, check out Smokinace007 on Twitter, Twitch.
Make sure to check this guy out.
Don't do that.
I
shouldn't mention you anymore because you'll do the same thing. But
yeah, that's what I do.
I do appreciate
Scouter715.
I do appreciate Smokinace. He doesn't need to do this podcast every month for it seems like a year. And somehow he keeps coming back. So
you don't have to sit here and listen to me ramble about my 2 pages of
I have nothing
of gaming notes.
I was like, this shouldn't be long. I just really excited for it. When he sent me that list, I was like, this is way too much to try to. And again, now that 51 I just saw, I'm like, okay, now it's gonna get bad for John's wallet, basically. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening. Check us up on Spotify? ?
Let us know what games you're excited for, and what game, if it were to be announced now, would you throw all your money into?
Fallout 89. I like how we both had disgusting faces on.
It just made me sad.
I know.
But supposedly it's a lot better now. I do plan on playing that game at some point this year again.
Bliss, it's bought now. Bliss, can't say it. It's sold. Bethesda, thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. It's sold out now, or sold to. So maybe again, same thing with like Clay. Maybe Bethesda's gonna get some more. You guys got to put crap on there now because otherwise it's gonna end up, junk. And they better like for a company for buying out someone else. Like you would think they'd be just at it. Like no, we're gonna release this. Good. We're not gonna. We're gonna have.
Hopefully, hopefully it's changed for good, but
probably not.
Time will tell. Yeah. So,
thanks everyone. Check out Smokinace. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
I stopped so he didn't have a chance to say anything. So, anyways, thanks so much. Subscribe, comment. I'd really appreciate any comments and help us to make conversations for next time. Because again. We're going to probably run out of things very quickly if we don't get any suggestions or things to talk about. So, if anything, if you don't like and subscribe or ring that bell, at least comment. It'd really help out this podcast out significantly. Because we usually don't have a lot of things to say per month. So, anyways, but yeah. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.